So we're starting at the entrance to level 2 of the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know that there are a couple of patrols in the area.
Asshole wouldn't give us any information. I hope he's still screaming and or dead.
Probably dead at this point because if you're screaming, the patrols would have heard him and found him and then killed him.
I mean, we didn't exactly check on our way up here, so.
So,
I hope he hurts.
what would you guys like to do from here?
Is 11 still not there?
Yes, 11 was an NPC for the game.
Yes. Okay.
Like, should we continue the trail we were already going? We've already done the one that's on its own, but we still have the 2 other rooms on this path to follow.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we only did that. Yeah, we only did
All
that
the side
one to the
passages,
left.
Yeah.
You did the one that's directly north of you guys, and
Yeah, and then we have 2 more rooms on that part, yeah?
Yeah.
the inner rooms are all prison cells.
Okay. Well, it doesn't hurt.
But we do have those other rooms at the top, and then
Yes.
Yeah.
the magic ones at the
exterior
bottom.
rooms, the exterior rooms are different, and is the central room as well.
Yeah. Because knowing how we're taking the central room on this fucking early.
I think we just go up the way that you and I were going before, and we just check out the other rooms.
Okay. Are you guys going sneaky?
I can attempt to, if my dice will
Yeah,
let me.
yeah. It's like, can the Tabaxi even manage this? The most ungrateful cat I've ever met.
Argo will cover the rear if they're going stealthily.
I guess we're gonna see if that long rest helped the Tabaxi get his
Get his shit together.
yeah.
Let's see if he gets good. I forgot to grab my fucking dice. I'm an idiot. Ow. 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 Walking on the tiptoe helps, but it hurts too because it hurts there too.
All right. Would you like me to make my roll, Kirby, or are you still looking for
please.
something? Okay.
No, I'm looking for my dice, but I can pull up a digital one for.
Fuck yeah!
Yay, I'm not the only one who forgot their dice.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Where's my stealth thing? I believe it's +5. I want to double check. Yeah, +5. So that is a 21.
All right, I'm gonna need you to repeat that because I accidentally unplugged my headset.
21.
All right, you're being sneaky as fuck.
Indeed.
Sneaky as fuck doing.
I am walking up to the first door at the top.
You're my D20.
And then I'm going to be opening and looking inside there if the door is unlocked. If it is locked, I will check to see if one of those keys I have will fit.
Well, as you creep up to that top corner and go to peer around, you see 3 guys walking away from you.
Okay. I will turn back and whisper to my party to tell them that one of the patrols was just passed by here. And they're walking away.
Sword and shield. Shink.
Crossbow out.
Rapier comes out.
So they are not really trying to. They're just kind of not lounging, but lazily walking around. There hasn't been much action. They're starting to feel pretty secure with their hold on the prison, and being a little lax with their attention spans on it. So with your roll, you could choose to sneak up right behind them and get an attack off beforehand, and I would let Argo and Lena be in position at the corner.
I will do that then. I will try to stab one of them right through their back.
The downside to that is you're going to be about 30 feet up the hall from them. So it's going to be about 30, 35 feet. So you're going to be like just outside of support range for the first turn.
That's fine.
All right. So
that's the wrong one. There we go.
Where'd my fucking D4 go?
Right, so I'm using my rapier, and you need my attack roll, right?
I will need your attack roll, yes.
There you are.
And that's still the D20, right? Yeah, D20 plus Dex.
D20 plus your attack bonus, which will be...
It's my
Dex.
Dex.
A
Yeah.
Rapiers Light,
Right.
and your proficiency bonus, because you're proficient with it.
So 12 plus 3 plus 2. So that's what?
17.
Yeah, 17. Does the 17 hit?
And technically, you'd be rolling with advantage because they are not aware.
Not aware of me. Yep.
So you could make another roll to see if you get a crit. So if you get,
I did not. That's a 7.
All right. Either way, you take the higher roll, so your 17 hits.
Okay.
Roll me some damage.
1d8 piercing, and that came out to a 3. And so, that's it. Yeah, just 3.
So you go sneaky up the hallway with your rapier out, and you slash him right across the back of the cap. So you're drawing like a thin line of blood there and startling him.
Did I at least cut a little bit of the tendon of his Achilles tendons?
No. Too high for that.
Good fucking job, Gary. You didn't even fucking disable him.
Let's see. 8.
I made his legs hurt.
I made his legs hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't cast this as mockery. All right, we're rolling for initiative now.
Yes.
And that includes me too, right?
I got a nat 20. I don't want a nat 20. Bad die. I love you, but bad die. I hate initiative throws.
I rolled an 18.
And I rolled an 8.
So the 20 plus your dexterity or your initiative bonus, Luna?
No, I got the nat 20. Where's my initiative? Looking.
It should be right between your armor class and speed.
Oh,
plus 3.
Okay.
It'll be 23.
Yeah.
And that makes me having a 21.
You got 21?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm still at 8.
Yes.
8.
I trust whatever number you say to just be math done.
Yippee!
Excuse me. Fuck.
No.
All right, so we start off at the top with Luna. What are
I
you
don't
gonna do?
wanna. Let's see.
You have crossbow out, bolt loaded, and some new spells in your arsenal. What are you going to do with the 10-foot wide hallway in front of you? About 35, 40 feet down, there's the prisoners
and me.
Your tabaxi friend is 30 feet from you between you and one of the enemies.
Yep, just a second. There you are. What's your range again? 120 feet. Oh yeah, I could definitely do that. But I'm not wasting it yet. Anyway, I need to advance closer. Honestly. How far down
your
is?
light crossbow has a range of 80 feet before penalties.
Oh yeah, that's true. And we're about 30 feet, so I'm missing too.
Yeah.
Granted, there's only a hallway, so yeah. Fire in the hole!
Alright, so.
I'm firing at the one Garrett did not wound. Or, well, yeah.
That did not slash it.
Yeah. If we want to call that a wound.
The one that Garrett didn't scratch.
Yeah. The one he gave a calf scratch to.
Roll your d20.
4. Fuck you, dice. That's
Could be worse.
Oh wait, I have proficiency on habits, don't I?
Proficiency will not apply to your damage.
Yeah. Well, it's not damage. That was the d20, yeah? Not the actual damage.
And how much did you get for it?
Yeah, you said roll a freaking the d20 for damage. It's like,
No, sorry, my bad.
It's like I got to roll for the hit first, right? And see if I hit him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so that was a 4.
4 plus your proficiency, which would be the 5, so a 9, which
9.
will miss.
9.
So you step out from around the corner, you pull the trigger on your crossbow, and the bolt bounces right off the stones in front of him.
My goodness.
I think at 80 feet it would have whipped past their heads or something.
And then we move to Garrett.
I will take another stab at the one that I stabbed at or slashed at.
Okay. You gotta take another stab at it, eh?
11 plus 3 plus 2, so that's 14, 16. 16 hit.
16 will hit.
He will take 5. 5 piercing.
So as he's turning around after you take a slash across the back of his leg, you catch him on like an upper slash across the outside of his thigh.
Why am I aiming so fucking low?
Why aren't you hitting the femoral, you fucking idiot?
I'm trying.
Meanwhile, Argo in the rear.
Is that the end of your turn, Tabaxi?
Yeah. Yes. I can't disengage from combat with the fact that I made the attack, I don't think. And I can't move without invoking an attack of opportunity. So. Just give him a free hit if I did that.
So the guy that was leading the patrol turns around and what do they have on them? They pull out. They each turn around and pull out a dagger. Two of them are going to take swings at Garrett because he's the only one that they can actually attack right now. And will a 15 hit you?
Yes, it will. Because it's meter beat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so 15 will hit.
So you take a total of 6 damage as they, like, in unison, fucking take stabs at your shoulders.
Okay.
And just kind of, they catch you right in the shoulder, but it bounces, hits the bone, and just kind of at a bad angle and scrapes off a little bit.
Gotcha.
And then we move to Argo.
And you said they're more than 30 feet away?
They are 35 feet away, yes.
Okay, I am going to use a full move
A full
I am
move.
running into combat and stopping as soon as I am, right next to one of them.
So you're gonna basically run up right beside Zam.
Yay!
All
I'm
right.
there. I'm
We
here.
fight together.
And then we go back up to the top of initiative
I don't wanna
with Luna.
reload.
All right. Move action reload.
Yep.
Or is it full action reload for?
Yep.
I think it's move action for bite. Are you gonna try and shoot again? There will be now a bit of a penalty because you have both Argo and Zam in front of you.
Yep.
Me.
Okay. Roll your d20.
18.
And 18 will hit. Which one were you shooting at? The one in front of Argo or the one in front of Zam?
The one who's wounded this time.
The one in front of Zam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was my crossbow, so it's D8.
Yep.
No, dice put on the floor! Where'd it go? Where did it go? There you are. I got a 6.
You got 6. So, as Buddy's pulling his arm back out from stabbing you in the shoulder, Garrett, he flips the knife back around to settle in, and you see a bolt come flying over that same shoulder and hit him in his. And he takes a little bit of a spin from the force of the bolt impacting him in the shoulder.
Yep.
And now it is your turn.
I'm taking another stab at it. That's bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that a 7 does not hit.
A 7 will not hit. So you go to take another stab at him, and you kind of
Whiff.
your rapier bends as you fucking stab at the wall.
Okay.
Didn't adjust for his movement for the bolt, huh?
Nope.
Hi, Rundy. My animal companion has joined me.
Alright, go ahead.
So the guy in front of Zam is going to start taking a few steps back as he's gonna take a step back. He's gonna take a step back. So he disengages, and he pulls a flask out of a little fanny pack that he had on the side of his hip, pops the cork and chugs it.
No balls, pussy.
And then the guy that was in the back is going to take his place. And they're both going to take a swing at Zam again. So, yeah. They both hit again,
Okay.
one of which got a critical.
Fuck.
So, non-critical damage will be 5.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Gary has like 4 HP right now.
No, I have 10.
And then an additional 6 from the critical.
I have 4.
And now he has like 4. So,
No, because he had the fucking 6 from the first attack, didn't
Yeah,
he?
I had a total of 21.
Oh, that's right. Your health went up. That's right.
yep.
I was still thinking your health was 15 for some reason.
21.
So this guy comes up and just kind of like, as you're pulling your arm back, he fucking slides in and just catches you underneath your arm with his dagger,
Yeah.
and like slips it between a couple of your ribs.
Better not be the 5th and the 6th. 3 spot.
As the other guy takes another stab and catches you in the arm. And then we move to Argo.
Yay! Time for violence.
Yay.
Yay! Okay, let's see. DM, does 16 hit?
A 16 will hit.
Oh, joy stays.
Is Argo about to beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker?
10 damage, good sir.
Was that to the one that was in front of you or in front of Zam?
I'll say the one in front of me.
All right.
Since I didn't clarify.
All right. So what did you swing at him? Your longsword?
Longsword.
So you just come flying in with your longsword and slam the blade down into the guy's shoulder as it cuts through some of the leather armor on him, and his blood just starts fucking pouring out of that wound.
Yippee! Violence!
Yay.
And now it's back to Lena.
Reload.
All right. What else?
You know what? Let's go for an intimidation check.
Are you going to try and intimidate these guys?
The guy that Argo just hit. And pretty much just say, if you don't want a round 2, you might want to surrender.
Roll your intimidation.
All right, and that's the 20, right?
Yep.
Aw, it's a 2, but I also get the +5, so a 7. Eh.
He doesn't even look at you.
Yeah, I'm a girl. What else do you expect?
From prisoners? More.
Yeah. It's probably been a while since these guys have seen a woman. And you were
Is
trying
that
to
a little boy?
Are you gonna do anything else?
Fire!
Okay.
Also, this dice might end up in jail because it keeps going back and forth on me. It's really pissing me off. You've been warned, you little shit.
What did you get?
16.
A 16 will hit. Which one were you shooting?
The one I tried to intimidate.
Okay.
7.
All right. So as he starts to gather his feet under him from the blow that Argo landed on him, the bolt comes flying over Argo's shoulder and hits him in the same wound.
What I just warned you. This is why you listen.
And then we move on to Zam.
Right. I will cast Cure Wounds on myself at 2nd level. So I'll roll 2d8.
Are you
first
sure you want to do that while you are still in melee range?
I'll disengage first then and step back a little bit. The first roll was a 5. So I'm back up to 9 with that first one. I just wanted to get that recorded. And then second one is a 7, which puts me back to 16.
It's a... Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
So it
I
should
will
be,
smack you.
and your caster level should be put on top of that, I believe.
Yeah, it's because I was doing it at second level, so it's health increased by 1d8 for each slot level above first. So that means you roll twice, right?
No, you'd roll 2d8 and then you add
Yeah.
your spell casting.
Oh,
ability
and the
modifier.
spellcaster. Okay.
Yeah, and
Gotcha,
your
gotcha.
spell ability modifier.
Which I believe is charisma, so I also add +3 to each of those, so 3 more in addition.
No.
No.
Oh, just
No.
once?
3 overall.
Oh,
Yeah,
3
it's
overall. Okay.
1d8 plus your
So I'm at
spell casting
19 then.
modifier, and then each level adds another d8.
Okay, so I'm at 19 then.
All right.
Cool. So I'm 2 away from full.
Yay.
Whee!
Alrighty. The one guy's gonna step in to take another stab at Zam.
Even though I disengaged?
Yes, because he's gonna step in.
Okay, gotcha. It's half
all
my
three
movement speed,
prisoners
right?
are between you and Lena and Argo.
Gotcha.
So you disengage to be safe, cast your spell, and then he's going to take his move to step into
Gotcha.
that space.
Okay.
But he comes in and tries to take a stab at you and just
Alright, you little shit.
falls short.
I picked your replacement. You fucked up, you're getting replaced. You hear that?
The other guy that's standing in front of Argo will take a stab at Argo and will a 16 hit Argo.
It will not.
I can
And you
tell
have a
that
shield
Argo's
equipped?
beefy as fuck.
Yeah.
So he takes a stab at you and you just kind of smack his dagger away with the edge of your shield.
Yeah.
Scrub. Yeah, felt that casual.
Parry, motherfucker.
And then the guy that had gone back to take a swig out of his potion steps in to also take a stab at Argo and will also miss. And then we go to Argo's turn.
More violence.
More violence.
More violence.
Feed Argo more.
I need more bodies. All right. Well, a 15 hit.
A 15 will hit, yes.
Okay. This time for 8 damage, going on the one that I've already wounded.
Alright. This time, you fucking take a stab at him, and he just eats it. You fucking catch him right in the side, and just like, through the same side that you already caught him in the shoulder, and you hear several ribs break as his like arm is barely connected anymore from the cleave in the front and from the side. It's just kind of like hanging on by some tissue, some back skin, and the shoulder blade.
Ew.
And
Yeah.
he collapses to the ground in front of you.
Yeah. And then if there's any space between me and the next target, I'll use my movement just to close that distance.
So currently, you and Zam are kind of kitty corner, and
Yeah.
then the enemies are to your right in front of Zam, and the other guy is behind him.
Oh, okay, I'll move
So-
in between those two if I can.
They're in the same next.
Oh,
They're
okay,
facing
so
apart.
I'm like one down and to the
Yeah,
left
you're
of
one down.
Sam. Okay.
You're
Well then
one
I'll
up and to the left. Yes.
well then I will just move forward to flank the one in front of Sam.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we go back to Lena.
Reload.
You hear that? She's charging up. You're both dead.
Yep.
You're both dead.
Okay. So one enemy is down. Yep.
Yeah, the one directly in front of Argo has gone down, and there are the two that are directly in front of Zam. But the one that is like they're back to back in front of Zam, and the one now he looks a little more distracted as he realized he's having to split his attention between Zam and Argo, with Argo in his back, like behind him now.
Okay. Another intimidation check with crossbow loaded and pointed.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to surrender?
Roll it.
6 + 5, 11. God damn, you're going to jail, you little bastard. What did I just fucking tell you? All right, kitty cat, you're the next one. So I'm guessing 11 fails.
So you just kind of see him flip you off as his eyes are darting between Zam and Argo.
Fire.
Roll it.
No. God damn it, I picked the worst dice.
So you fire. You got a 2 on your roll.
Yep.
All right. So you fire your bolt, and it just flies over their heads down the hallway.
I hope I hear a distant, my legs.
Mein Lieben.
So
Actually,
it
no,
is now
I don't
Zam's
hope to
turn.
hear that.
Was that Kirby?
Zam's turn.
Okay. Guy in front of me, I will slash at him again.
All right.
Maybe take a stab
You
at him.
roll with
I don't know.
advantage now.
With advantage. Okay.
With advantage, because Grungy is
Distracting.
now flanking him.
First roll was a 6, which isn't good. And then I need to add the other stuff to it as well, don't I?
Just roll your 2d20s and see which one comes higher.
Okay. So I had a 6 and then a 16.
So you take the
Yeah.
16
and add my
that.
stuff. So 19,
16
20,
anyway.
21.
The 16 hits.
Yep.
Here we go.
Total of 21, and then it's 1d8 piercing. He's going to take the full 8.
Is that also with your strength?
That's no.
Or
That
with
Dex
your
instead
dexterity?
of strength.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dex, because it's
Oh,
a fucking
okay.
stress weapon.
which means I've been fucking up because I didn't do that before either. 8, 9, 10, 11. Total of 11.
And you've hit this guy twice before.
Yep. And then
So after-
Lena hit him once too.
He's been hit a few times. I will recalculate the damage for your missing amount. And you kind of just run him right through. You stab right through the heart with your rapier. And he gets to drop. And he drops.
Vengeance.
Lunch! No, I'm kidding. That doesn't scare the last guy. I don't know what will.
And that is my turn.
Alright, so I was counting that as an intimidation check. After watching you guys just cleave through both, this guy thought that they were getting the upper hand on you guys, and then he just watched both his buddies drop, and the crazy person in the back go, lunch! And he, you hear a squeak
Gonna
come from
lunge.
his back, and as he goes white, and takes off down the hall. Argo, you get an attack of opportunity.
Be violence.
Violence.
Oh, my sword's sensing it. It's a crit, baby.
Oh no.
Capture him!
Alright, so it's 2 damage die, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's roll it. 4, 6, 1, 2, 12 damage.
12 damage.
12 damage.
So as he turns to run, you fucking catch him right across the back and leave a nice gash across his back. And he just starts screaming help as he books it down the hallway and around the corner.
Loser!
Yay! Yay, more victims.
He's bringing us extra lunch.
And on that note, you hear a kerchunk of like locks disengaging to your right.
Ruh-roh.
Raggy. So that's probably coming from 13 and 12. It's whatever doors leading to that middle is opening up.
Yeah. Well, you hear the kerchunks. They happen all around. It seems like.
Oh, okay.
But it starts off with the center. You hear it right there, and then it seems to be going around the room. And at first, you hear like the 4, and hear the one that was loudest right beside you, and then one that's in front of you that's a little quieter, and then one that is very quiet that just kind of echoes, and then one from behind, and then it starts off with like the cells, and it starts all the locks sequentially deactivating.
Hell yeah.
So what would you guys like to do?
I would like to open that one door I was going to try to open before.
Okay.
The one the first one in that hallway.
Right.
I will try to do it quietly and peer through, if that is okay.
Yep.
Do I need to roll for that?
Yes, if you're going to try and do it quietly, you have to roll.
You stealth and perception, right?
Failed
Failed
14.
tabaxi.
14.
14?
Yeah, 14.
Alright, so the door creaks slightly as you open it, but that's more from a lack of lubrication than anything that you could have done to stop it. And you open the door into a linen closet.
Nothing in there at all besides linens.
Linens.
Okay. Cool. Anyone else want to do anything?
Ghost.
Are you going to check the next room?
Yes, I'd like to do that as well.
Alright. So you open up the next room, and it's a bunch of workstations that seem to be used for washing and drying clothes.
Okay. I'll come back out and I'll say it doesn't look like there's anything in there, so we can keep moving, I guess.
Mike Wood.
Hey, well, he just took off down the hallway towards 1415, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, he took off down and around that corner, yeah.
Yeah. So we should probably follow him and sneak around and see who he's yelling for and if there's anybody coming. While also being cautious that nobody's coming from the door behind us.
Yeah, where do you guys want me, in front or in the rear?
I would say keep you in the rear for defense because you will still have your shield and armor and all that. So you're more likely to take a back attack way easier.
Sounds good.
That's fair.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, sneaky boy, sneak away.
I just have to throw a phrasing at that.
So
Shut up.
I will cautiously approach the
I
corner
was gonna
of.
say a back shot, and then I rephrased it and realized it wasn't much better. Okay.
This Argo fan fiction doesn't sound.
I was like, I said back. I was like, shit, I can't say shot. Attack.
So
Anyways, continue.
roll stuff for that corner.
Yup.
That corner. Garrett.
19 plus the 5 is 24.
So you get to creep up to that corner, and you don't see anyone. Like as you poke your head around, you see a hallway leading off either side of that hallway, but no one is in there.
Okay. I will tell my party that it is clear. So far?
Motion forward versus being vocal. Just in case.
I will whisper.
Better.
And then I guess we can just keep moving still slowly and cautiously up to maybe
Yes.
the next corner to see what's up
So-
with 14.
Are you gonna go down? Yeah, go down to the intersection or the corner.
Like, should we
The intersection.
look in the cells to be
Alright.
safe, or
The cells, every cell you've passed by hasn't had anyone in them. They've had like
Maybe
the waste
rags and
or
buckets,
bedrolls
yeah.
and some that like the stuff that would be in the cell, but no people in the cell with them.
because I'm honestly gonna suggest that me and Argo hang back in the closest cell while Zam moves forward to investigate 14 with stealth before we all advance, just in case there's something waiting for us, because we don't know where dude disappeared to. We don't know if he turned towards 12 or 14.
Good
We don't
point.
know where he went for reinforcements, so
I'm cool with that.
And all the cells are open, so you guys just kind of like step into either side of the cell door, I assume.
yep. So we're just out of sight, line of sight. So
All right. I'll let you keep your last stealth check
Mm-hmm.
to go check on that door, but any more stealthiness will require a new one.
Yep. So what do I see at 14?
You see a door.
Just the door. Okay.
There's a door there.
Okay.
an obvious question.
I'm not gonna check that door yet. I'm gonna, go back to my party members and, whisper to them that, there's just, the doors at the intersections, one leading to the middle and then the other one. I don't see anyone around yet.
All right.
Yeah. And the door at 14 was a solid door, so you couldn't see through it or anything either.
Yeah.
Like all the doors. The cell doors aren't, but the rest of the doors are solid.
Yeah.
You think they'd have people so they can see who they're looking for? Like little. What's the password?
So my assumption is that their reinforcements are at 12 and 13 in the middle. I don't know.
All right. I'll take the lead this time.
All right.
No need being sneaky if there's going to be a fight in that big room.
This is true.
Well, should we clear 14, 15 so we have somewhere to retreat just in case, or?
Say again?
Go try it.
Like, if we're gonna go take on this big room now, yeah?
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
Yep.
shouldn't we check 14 and 15 behind us to make sure we're not gonna get stabbed in the ass? And or have something to possibly retreat to and or use to defend ourselves against what's in there?
Herbie, real quick. Argo's gonna
I think
do
we'll
a
probably be
perception
fine.
check just to see if there's any blood like leading one way or another.
That's another way to do it.
Will a 14? Will he spot any blood trail from the wound?
Yes, it leads in towards the center.
Argo goes forward.
Violence. We all just open the doors and just walk in chanting violence. Violence.
I smell more victims this way. Still got my sword and shield, and Argo is just going to like casually walk in and see what's in 12/13.
Just a quick moment for me to get all this down.
Will do.
Now, are you casualing in, or are you gonna like make an entrance? Because there's going to be a fight here, right?
Yeah.
Spartan kick the door
Argo's going in casually.
He's going in that shit like Tuska.
With sword and shield.
Oh yeah.
Like for them, this is a fight for life and death. For Argo, this is Tuesday.
Yeah, so you're just gonna like push the door open with your hip, kind of thing, as you walk through. That's kind of what I was thinking. Is it gonna be more of a kick down the door entrance, or just kind of like leaving the convenience store entrance?
Oh, leaving the convenience store, 100%.
All right. So
that's me kicking the door.
Because I knew there's people in here that it could go either way. So
yeah, see.
So as Lena's asking if you guys should check the door behind you or not, and that sort of thing, Argo takes a look around, notices a bit of a blood trail, and just starts following. Notices it goes through the door towards the center. Is it just like this way, and starts walking forward and just kind of like hip checks the door a little bit so that it opens and strides on in. I'm assuming you guys are going to follow him.
Yeah, I'll follow him in.
All right.
At a wee bit of a distance, yes.
About how far back are you going to be, Lena?
I'd say about 10 feet. Not that far, but
which would put you right behind Garrett.
Yeah.
So you'd be walking in a line, because I'm assuming it'd be
Yeah.
Argo, Zam, Lena. So
yeah, I would say about 10 feet behind Zam.
Okay.
He's following Argo because he trusts Argo. I'm like, no, I'm a little hesitant here. I still don't trust 14.
14 just the door.
So
Just the door now.
The door's a mimic.
As you guys stride into the room, you see 4 people in this room, one of which was the guy that went running away from you guys. Another
Argo
is
waves
not
to him.
wearing any, like, he's just
Argo, wait.
He's wearing the nicest set of prison clothes you've seen, which is also kind of odd for the prisoners, because most of them have actually like upgraded to some sort of armor that would have been in the armory or on some of the guards. But this guy
dessert.
He's now in the best pair of clothes that he could find.
Gotcha, Dex user.
Dessert.
I rolled an 18.
Plus.
I'm sorry.
12.
Yeah, the initiative is plus 3. So 21
And
again.
you rolled a 12?
12 plus 3 for my initiative, so 15.
All right.
Dice, I'm not happy with you either. Stop fucking around. You're being a bad kitty, Dice.
I got 14.
Well then. So I'm going to set the scene a little bit more. In the center of the room, there is a bigger chair, and the outsides have more walls and desks and everything. And this seems to be more of a administrative room that would have been keeping track of the chores and daily maintenance that the prisoners and that sort of thing would have been doing as part of their sentence. On either side of the big chair are 2 people each, and you got the one guy that's hurt on the left, and then the guy without any armor on the right, and they're all relatively in the center of the room.
Harem.
And we start off with Zam at the top of the initiative. What would you like to do?
The guy who ran away. Vicious
Yes.
mockery. I'd run too if I had no balls.
Alright, and what is the DC on that?
DC is 13.
13. And what kind of save?
Wisdom.
13 wisdom? Alright. That, you see him wince and start to hang his head in shame. Roll damage.
He's taking 1.
Here. He just kind of hangs his head. And then we will move to the prisoner that is beside the guy without any armor, and he will pull out a short sword and come running at Argo. I assume a 16 will not hit.
It will not hit.
So as he comes swinging at you, you just kind of block it with your shield. And then we go to Lena's turn.
Roll for intimidation. Give me my lunch back, bitch!
Roll it.
15 plus 5, 20.
And so I assume you were intimidating the guy that ran away already.
Yes.
Correct? So
lunch.
After he got called ballless, he hears that you're still wanting to turn him into lunch, and you thought he was white before. He goes ash gray as he starts backing up toward to. Not sure whether he's gonna run out the door or not.
Lunch.
What are you gonna do? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm good for now. I kind of curious about having the laughing effect of everybody else going, what the fuck, but...
There we go.
My God. All right. Just gotta read something when I have to declare I'm doing something. Okay. I'm gonna swing on the guy in front of me. Assert as a 16 hit.
A 16 will hit, yes.
For 8 damage.
8.
And we're doing the funny action.
Uh-oh.
Argo keeps swinging. 16 again
Which will hit. Yep.
for 10 damage this time.
Oof.
All right.
Is he still up?
He is still up, but he is looking
Argo is
pretty
swinging
fucked
again.
up.
He's swinging
Argo's
again.
Swinging again.
Okay.
Kirby does 23 hit
A 23 will hit.
for 8 damage.
So, you're not quite sure how this guy in heavy armor did it, but you've seen the prisoner come running up with a short sword, take a swing at Argo, and Argo just blocks it with his shield, and there's like a twinkle in his eye and a glint off his shield and his sword at the same time, as he just takes 3 quick slashes at this guy, and like steps past him, and the guy just falls apart behind him.
Dessert.
And then I'll use my movement to become a danger to the remainders if I can.
They were standing about 15 feet apart, so you can't get in range of both of them, and you can threaten the guy that the pair that's includes the guy that ran away, or the guy without any armor.
The guy without any armor. I'm
Alright.
squaring up.
You're gonna run up there and square up with him. Okay. Well, that does that. Yep, that was a thing.
That was a thing.
That was indeed a thing.
Wait, how close am I to the dead body?
You're pretty far away. You're about 25 feet away from the dead body currently.
I know exactly what you're gonna do.
And this time, the guy that went from white to gray, you hear a fart, and he turns around and starts running again. Because he's just... after, like, watching 2 friends get killed, as he was running, asking for help, all he could hear in his head was lunch, 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 lunch. And then he
I didn't
joined
want
his
that
friends.
food.
And then he joined his friends again. He's like, all right, I might be safe. We're back in the group. I might be safe. And the door opens, and all of a sudden he's hearing lunch, lunch, lunch. And he watches his buddy come charging at the interlopers, and the guy with the shield and sword just, like, pulls some anime shit while wearing heavy armor, which blows his fucking mind. And his buddy falls apart into meaty chunks. And he just shits his pants, and he's like, I'm fucking out of here.
He doesn't hear the chant of dessert. I hope Nikki Blake can hear it, though.
Alright. Next, the guy that Grungy runs up on.
Oh.
And okay, so the guy that Grungy runs up on takes a step back as he pulls out like this, what looks like a burnt twig, and he starts doing some hand symbol, like hand motions, and saying some words, and attempts to effectively force lightning Grungy.
Was it a disengage?
Yes.
Okay.
And I assume a 11 would not hit.
No.
No.
And
No.
it would be 11 with just your dexterity. Because it's a spell attack.
Well, What do you mean?
Correct? Ranged spell attacks still bypass. Or is that just touch attacks?
That's just
Or do
touch
they-
attacks.
Okay.
E.
Okay, well, yes, then 11. He takes a step back and goes to force lightning. Like, he just does his hand motion stuff, and lightning starts shooting out of his fingertips as he, like... But he's still kind of unnerved from watching his buddy get dissected in front of him, and he starts by shocking the big seat that was in the center of the room instead of hitting Grungy.
Oh, it smells like shit in here.
His aim.
My God. Yeah, so they got rid of the flat-footed and everything in 5th. Now, if it was heat metal, I'd be in danger.
Does it suddenly get hot in here?
I would effectively be in an air fryer. Yeah, it'd be bad.
Yeah. Note to self: cast bonfire under Grungy when you sleep. No, okay.
No, it's not bonfire.
It's heat metal.
And it won't work when he's sleeping because he probably won't be wearing his armor while he's sleeping.
Maybe we don't know that.
It's still an idea.
He might pull a Goblin Slayer.
That is true, depending on the situation, but under most circumstances, I don't think you'd want the fatigue penalties.
Close the door. You're letting the stank out.
All right. And then the other guy is going to go running up on Garrett.
Okay.
And I take it a 12 will not hit.
Hell no.
So he comes out with his dagger and tries to take a slash at you and misses.
Well,
and then we go to your turn.
I will slash at him back.
All right.
All right. 16.
That will hit.
He's taking the full 8, and then it was plus my dexterity, which is 3, so he's taking the 11.
So you pierce him in the torso. You didn't get him in any vital organs, so he's still alive, but you can tell that you hit him a good one there, so he's hurting.
That's what you get.
And then we go to Lena.
Man, I wish I was a bard right now. I'd be singing "Shot to the Heart" in your Anyway, fuck, no, I forgot what I was gonna do. Okay, so right now, basically, he has a rapier in his sternum that's not hitting anything vital. Yes?
The prisoner
As far
that
as
is
we can tell.
That is yeah. The prisoner that's in front of Zam still has a rapier in his abdomen, and then there's a guy that has lightning coming out of his fingertips in front of Argo.
Okay. You know, for shits and giggles, I'm going to go for an intimidation check. Actually, no, never mind. Because, let's see, well, I don't want to hit them. I'm 25 feet away, yeah? I'm going to use movement to go up to the corpse.
All right.
And I'm going to pick up one of the meaty bits, probably by his arm, drag it around. And I'm going to use that for the intimidation check. hold it up and say, "Want some?"
I have to look at a thing right now. 'Cause- all right, I can accept that you are chaotic neutral, not chaotic good. Roll your initiative or intimidation check.
Yay! 12 plus 5, 17.
Oh yeah, who are you intimidating?
Lightning.
Lightning? Yeah, he's okay.
Aw. So he doesn't want any, huh?
No, he doesn't want any. Or it's more like he's more focused on trying to get his lightning on target that he's not paying attention to you.
Aw. He's no
That's
fun.
fair. That's fair.
Argo.
I'm moving in and I'm swinging. A good serve. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 will hit, yes.
Ooh, not great. Only 6 damage.
Okay. So he's going to stop trying to channel his. Actually, no. Can he keep that going? I think he can. The duration. The duration is up to 1 minute. So yeah, you can still keep it going. So he's gonna try and get the lightning on target, and which does not happen because he's also from you smacking him. It sends his arm wide again, and the lightning ends up like shooting up towards the ceiling instead of at you.
My God.
Yeah, he's not having a good time with this.
Yeah.
I probably should have done the other spell that this thing had before that, but oh well. But this time, will a 17 hit Zam?
Yes, it will.
So this guy takes a stab at you, dealing 6 damage.
Okay.
I'm assuming he'll like catch you in the arm or something.
Yeah.
And then we're back to the top. What would you like to do, Zam?
I'm stabbing back at him since he wants to
Alright.
go blow for blow.
Retaliation!
Fuck me.
No.
That's I'm gonna assume a 7 does not hit.
A 7 will not hit now.
Okay.
There it is. And then we go to Lena.
Holds up meat to other guy. Intimidation. How about you? Want some? Rolly. 18 plus 5, 23. The dice that went to jail learned its fucking lesson.
He turns a little green.
Yay.
Yeah, he turns a little green, and it looks like he almost throws up, but he manages to keep it all down. So
Lucky Sam.
back to Argo.
Disease damage.
Yippee! More violence. Continued violence.
Continued violence.
Continued violence. Ooh, I'm a miss. A swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss?
A swing and a miss. 8.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah, that's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, it's a little rough there.
It had to happen sometime.
So I'm going to flavor it as his hand went up with the lightning shooting out of it, it passed in front of your face, and so you're still kind of like blinking away the spots as you take a swing at him.
Yeah, I'm dazzled.
And then we go to him, who will again try and get the lightning on target. Will a 20 hit Argo?
Yes, so 20 will hit Argo.
Okay, we're That is the one size I did not have in this dice bag, apparently. Son of a bitch.
What?
Oh, is this a witch bolt? Has he been trying to hit me with a witchy bolt?
Yes.
Oh, what now?
Don't worry, it's just nerd talk. We're just talking shop.
Yeah. Grungy knows the spell that is being cast out of character. So he finally gets the lightning on target, but it's kind of like a grazing blow and deals 1 lightning damage.
Ah!
What a
I've
fucking
been
loser.
wounded!
Yeah, why does doorknob shock me? Motherfucker.
Help me! I've been wounded! This is the end!
Got the equivalent of a static shock.
No, Argo's been forced to lick a 9-volt battery for 3 seconds, or hold a 9-volt battery to his tongue for 3 seconds, and it's like, yeah.
I see a light.
He got booped with a shock wand.
Yeah.
Not to the testicles, though. Just regular boop.
My God.
The other
Like,
guy swings at
ow.
Sam and also misses, because I'm assuming an 11 misses.
Oh, hell yeah, it does.
Alright. And then we're back to the top.
Well, since he's still taking swings at me, I'm taking swings at his ass.
Vicious mockery. You gonna miss your lunch, buddy?
14.
A 14 will hit.
He's taking 11 again. This D8 fucking loves me today.
Or it hates him.
I'll take either one.
Yeah.
Because he's taking a total of 22 just from me.
Yeah. It's not like that guy. She's like, God, fuck this guy in particular.
So, this guy is looking very much like a not so stubborn Inigo Montoya during the duel with Count Ruben, where he's just like bleeding from several places and he's trying to hold it together, but instead of like finding the will to live, he's just ready to die.
I want information, you son of a bitch.
And then we go to Lena.
Let me check something really quick. Okay, is death imminent? Is it like just happening, or is it just because he feels defeated?
He's like going pale from blood loss kind of idea.
He's probably a minion. At 1 health.
So it wouldn't be worth trying to persuade him to fucking
Not quite
Let us
one
say
health,
them.
but he's like about 10% of his max. So
Oh, I guess.
I like. Is it worth trying to persuade us, like saying, "Hey, we can save your sorry ass if you give us information," sort of things, or what? Or we already dealing with the fucking boss fight here, and we just don't need it anymore.
it's up for you to try.
Mm. Honestly, I'm thinking he's a little bit too far gone out, and he
No,
might
I
be.
mean, I could heal him easily. At least a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do a persuasion check. Hey, give us what we need to know and turn on this asshole, and we save you.
What's your roll?
I'm working on it. 12 plus 5. 17.
He meets you exactly and is therefore not persuaded.
Aw. Fucker.
So you've chosen death.
Yeah, basically. So you've chosen death.
And then we go to Grungy. What would Argo like to do?
Violence!
More violence against the mage
Violence.
in front of him.
Some
More violence.
violence.
15, good sir.
More violence.
A 15 will hit.
15 will hit for 6 damage.
Another 6 damage. So this guy's starting to look pretty beat up. He's still got a fair bit of fight left in him, but you can tell he's starting to look a little worn down.
Okay. Yeah.
Does a 13? A 13 will not hit Argo. So
Mm.
as you take another slash at the guy or the mage in front of you, you knock his arm wide so that the lightning goes off target again, and he's struggling to fucking get it back on target.
My God.
This side, you hear the back. Watch it. No.
The other guy, on the other hand, will deal a total of 6 damage to Zam as he like catches you across the flank with his dagger.
Okay.
And then we go back to Zam.
Same thing. I'm slashing at him.
Yep.
11 plus 5 is a 16.
A 16 will hit.
You had your
He
shot,
is
fucker.
taking 8 in
He's
total.
dead. Mhm.
As you stab him again, he falls over. Like you go to like run him through, and you don't even get the rapier all the way through him before he starts. Before he's dead, and starts falling off your rapier.
I
And
kick
this
him off
is
my
the
sword and
version-
call him a bitch.
Inigo Montoya did not avenge his father. This multiverse sucks.
Lena, what are you going to do?
I mean, I was having fun mocking the multiverse, but well, we're down to magic fingers over here.
Yep.
Energizer Bunny, yeah.
Pop Palpatine.
I'm gonna assume he's gonna be pretty fucking immune to persuasion and intimidation at this point. If chicken fucker pretty much was.
I'm doing contested roles, so it's not like it's a meet or beat thing. It's how
I know. I'm just assuming he'd probably be too powerful of a foe for that to work on too well. Overall. Meh, I'm bored. How about you, asshole?
Roll.
We'll save your life if you surrender and tell us anything we need to know. 15 plus 5.
He seems to be considering it. Argo, what are you gonna do?
That could be a
Wow.
persuasion or
Unless you're
intimidation,
done.
whichever it needs to be.
Hold on. Are you done? Are you done now, Lena?
Yeah.
Okay. Argo, what are you gonna do?
Violence!
Okay.
Or this guy can kill you.
Ooh, Kirby. Kirby.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a nat 20 hits.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
think there's much that can stop that.
Okay, and my dice have finally developed a taste for wizard flesh.
God damn it.
15 damage?
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
So you as you spin her away from the lightning, like you swing the power you put into the last swing knocked his arm away, and you just let it flow through as you bring the sword down as you spin around and bring it back up, right at shoulder level, coming back around in front of you, and you just cleave Buddy's head off. And with that, you also notice like a necklace come off of the stub of his neck and go flying across the room as he falls to his knees and dies.
Mine.
Well,
Have at it.
information. Hey, where'd my
Ar-
lunch go? He can tell
Argo,
us shit.
like a
ran.
lunatic, starts crawling after it.
Alright. You go catch up to this necklace thing, and it's wasn't like a special necklace. You didn't really get to see much of it as it was in the moment, but it was something around his neck that went flying away.
Yeah.
It turns out to be like a leather string that has a key tied on it.
Keys are useful.
Oh, I'm gonna pass that over to Sam. He is
I
the
am the keeper of keys, yeah.
the key master, if you will.
I'll gladly take it.
One day we'll find the key to your chastity belt.
Does this key have a label on it or something?
Nope.
Okay. I guess I'll just mark it down as wizard key.
That works, yep.
Yeah. I will also cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on myself again, because I'm at 7 out of my 21. So
2d8 plus your
yeah.
charisma modifier.
So that's a 5 and an 8.
So 13 plus charisma.
13 plus 3 is 16.
So you heal 16, which would put you above your max.
Which means I'm back at 21. Woo! I'm feeling good.
Yeah,
Sucks that I don't have my ability to use heat metal anymore, but it's fine.
He's on Argo.
No, I can't. It's 2nd level spell. I use
Oh,
both of my
okay.
2nd level slots.
It's a joke still.
So,
Also, I wouldn't do that to Argo. Argo would eat me alive if I tried that.
Coward.
I am slowly trying to get Argo built like Jason Voorhees.
I approve. I'm sitting here looking at my Jason's Masks of the Ages.
Do
Thing
any of
on my wall.
the do any of the other bodies have anything on them? I mean, they're prisoners, so I'd imagine not much.
no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I want to roar an intimidation check. I want to roar out lunch and see if asshole can hear me. I'm gonna hunt him down.
Well, theoretically, now there's two trails to follow him. One red, one brown.
Man had the runs in more ways than one.
Oh, this smells like shit in here. My lunch soiled itself. Ew. Eh?
So you kill the mage. You find the key that was on his neck. What are you guys gonna do now?
Nina's gonna go find her fucking lunch and escape.
From what you noticed, he ran right out the entrance to the center that was leaving this floor. So in the rounds that it took for you guys to finish this fight, you estimate he is probably almost leaving the prison
Aw.
if he kept running the entire time, which
He probably did.
by the fact that he went like gray and shit himself, you don't think he's coming back.
My lunch.
He's been reformed.
I, personally,
And the guards right now crying that there's some fucking cannibal after him. There's some cannibal
No,
wizard
actually-
after me. Or sorcerer after me.
Garrett.
Please save me.
yeah.
I'm going to advise a thing.
Okay.
Instead of spending your second cure wound slot, you guys have now finished clearing this floor. You could take a short rest instead of using your second spell slot.
I'm cool with that. You guys
But
cool with
you
that?
also need to- that'd be a thing for the party to decide.
I'm cool with it. We could retract that. Do a short rest.
And then you have a D8 hit dice. Yeah.
Yes, I do. Actually, I think I have
so-
2.
Well, your hit dice is a
Oh,
D8. You
I have
actually have
3,
now
yeah,
because
I
we're
got
up
3.
to level 3.
Yeah.
So, your 2 dice were 13 anyway, which would have brought you up to your full health. So we'll say you use 2 of your hit dice during the short rest to bring you back up to full health anyway.
Sure.
That's a generous DM right there.
Thank you very much. That is very generous.
I didn't think about it beforehand, and it was information you guys would have had, but when he went to do it, so it just kind of makes sense. And,
Very
you know,
generous DM.
Indeed.
He's a new player, so I will be a little more generous.
It's all good. It's all good.
Don't spoil the little bastard.
And then I'll use one of my D8 hit dice.
All right.
No matter what I roll, I'm back up to full.
And I don't think you spent any. Took any damage there, Lena. So you're good.
Nope, I am good.
All right.
See, it pays to hang back and be cautious.
So what would you guys like to do now? You have the door at 14 that you can go through. You didn't try and open it or anything previously.
There's also those 2 rooms at the bottom that I'm kind of curious to see if there's anything in there, but I doubt there is.
And you said 12 is like an administrative chair?
Yeah, 12 was like an administrative chair, and then 13 was a lever that has a label set that says locks.
Which
So
we
that-
assume has
that-
already been swapped. Da 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 da. Don't do jack fiddly fuck all.
So Argo's going to be a bit morbid.
And pull the
is
lever,
going-
trunk.
No, he's going to take the headless corpse, sit it in the chair, and like it's sitting up nice and straight, with
Yep.
his 2 hands on his lap, and then put the mage's head in his hands, looking towards 14.
Lena's gonna be a smart ass and put the arm that she's carrying around and move the fingers to point towards 14.
Well, you're carrying an arm around from a different body, so where are you going to put your arm in
Right.
relation to Argo's morbid display?
Let's see. It's sitting on the chair. I mean, so I gotta look to my materials really quick. Actually, could I go jack some cloth from like the corpse or something and just tie the arm to like the side of the chair?
Yeah, you can find some. You tear the sleeve off of the arm that you're carrying, and then use that to tie it to the chair however you want.
Yay! It's just pointing, just hanging there, it's like pointing. It's working. Rigger hasn't quite set in quite yet. You're trying to get it to set in just right. It does not want to cooperate. Rigger takes time. It's a bitch. You gotta break the fingers a few times. You'll get there.
My goodness.
All right, so
What? Too much
what
knowledge.
now? Are you guys
Well,
gonna go try the door at 14?
Me?
I want to know if the key works for it, and or if it was unlocked in the first fucking place.
Yeah, we can go to 14.
All right, so you go to 14. You try and open it. It's locked.
I will
So you
take the wizard key and try to open it.
take the wizard key, and that unlocks the door.
Yeah.
And you walk through, and you see this big fucking orc.
Oh, fuck.
Wrong room. Pardon us.
Are you actually gonna do that? Like close the door? Attempt to close the door?
Yep.
Sure.
He actually goes, whoa, 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 whoa. I need help
Go
before
on.
the door fully closes.
Okay, what do you need help with?
Help with headmaster.
Headmaster?
Wait, are you a prisoner?
Yes, I was prisoner. Headmaster let prisoners go, acting weird. He told me stay close, keep other people from hurting him. But he has taken friends and I don't see them anymore. And acting weird, me no like, is not good.
Do you know where Headmaster is now?
Yeah, he up floor, next floor. But he weird and not. He looked like headmaster, but not headmaster. Something weird.
Maybe he's being controlled by what we're looking for. You help us, we help you. Yeah?
He's already helped. He doesn't seem like the violent type.
I just want to go. Headmaster scary. I don't want to disappear like friends.
Can you warn us what's ahead?
Headmaster?
Anything else?
Maybe friends? I don't know. He told me to stay here and not let others pass, but unless he says okay, but it no, I know like. I done. I want to leave.
Okay, go and be free.
Okay, buddy.
No, because they're killing people outside. And he
Oh, yeah,
seems he seems he
Yeah, that might
seems
be a better
like
idea.
the type that
Would you
is
like
actually
to?
reformed.
Would you like to maybe come with us to try and find your friends?
Well, why don't we keep him here?
Can you guard this entrance for us until we get back from the headmaster and finding your friends, and then we can all leave to make sure nothing happens to you afterwards? Because there are guards in the area, and we don't want wrong people to get the wrong impression, sort of thing.
Yeah, Orgoth, stay here, watch door, make sure no one else come. You
Awesome.
guys go deal with the headmaster, make sure friend's okay and no more weird. Yes?
Okay.
Deal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly amenable.
We'll be back as soon as we can.
Yeah, you had to tug on my heartstrings with a lovable oath.
Somebody. No, I'm kidding.
Or goth. Gotcha.
Right, so he steps out of the way and points you guys up like towards a flight of stairs.
And now we'll be on floor 3.
Wait.
Right?
Wait, one
Now-
question before we go, my orc friend. What is your name?
Orgoth.
Orga. Yeah? Yep, okay. I want to make sure we know that because if we encounter any friends, we want to say his name so they know we are friend, not foe.
Now I'm
Sorry,
also kind of changing how the next setup would happen. So we're effectively cutting out most of the next floor. Because this encounter would have been at the end of the next floor, and to have you guys sort through all of that and the encounters, like I've been cutting down the encounters from the game quite a bit. And so I'm just basically cutting the next floor in order to help the prison not take 5 sessions.
Fair enough. I'm cool with that.
That does happen, yeah.
Shortcut.
All right. So are we basically
Thanks to our
just
orc friend,
skipping
we found a
from?
shortcut.
Are we?
Yeah, so
Are we-
15
are we-
would lead to 16, but
Yeah.
instead, after 14 is
20.
like 15 was Orgath, and then 15 is effectively leading into the room with 17, 18, 19.
Okay.
And from there, we go to the last stage.
Okay.
And
So
we're not
just
losing anything of benefit.
probably not.
Well, that'll depend on after you guys get into the next room, because the like that end room in the northwest corner of floor 3 is still something you guys are going through.
Yeah. Well, you're saying we're just not going through this whole big mess after
Yes.
16. We're just going right into 17.
Basically,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'm cool with
good.
that.
He doesn't want to search all these fucking rooms taking forever.
Cause you know I'll fucking do it.
No, I'll fucking do it. I'll do it fucking again.
I'll fucking do it again. That was an aggressive noise I made.
I mean, that's Lena's character. She has to search everything to see if there's anything she can fucking steal.
Alright. So you guys go up the stairs,
Indeed.
and as you open the door, there's like a little round away, like you switch back and you go up the stairs more, and at the end of that, the stairs is an office, which is probably one of the most extravagant rooms that you have seen in the prison. It's not like rich, but you know, there's some luxuries that you would not think it would normally happen in a prison.
It's definitely more posh than it needs to be.
Yes. Yes.
I would like to just make comment. I'm guessing that this is headmaster's office.
No, really.
Well, you have a room with bookshelves and a desk and a few other things around.
Be nosy with perception.
Outside of that, there is no people in this room.
Nosy with perception. Nosy with
I
perception.
would
Hey,
like
do I roll
to.
perception?
Boopy boopy boop boop. Gonna boopy boop boop. Yeah, I'm fucking around with everything. I'm gonna find a lever, something. There's gotta be something that don't fucking sit right in this fucking room.
I was gonna start searching bookshelves.
Argo's gonna
also-
stay combat ready.
There's also a couple of like piles of books on the floor. but if you guys are going to do some searches and stuff, I will need perception checks.
Okay.
Do, 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 do.
17.
Do, 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 do. Do, do,
Oh,
do,
and
do,
I
do.
didn't even include the thing. I just rolled the 17.
Nina? What was
19.
roll?
Okay. Wait, that is a 10 plus 1, 11.
So 19 and an 11.
So we'll start off with Lena, who got the lower roll. You were checking out a bunch of the bookcases and stuff, and then you tripped over one of the piles of books and noticed a book that was actually had a lock on it. It looked a little more like an extravagant journal. Would you like to take a look at that?
I found a diary. Oh my god. Yes. Raggy, a rule.
So it turns out that you found the headmaster's log, where as you're flipping through the first bit, it's a lot of like the daily activities and not special events, but events of note that happened in the prison for the day, and it's all like date logged.
Mhm.
Towards the back, it gets a little more odd, where he starts talking about ideas that aren't his in his head and that sort of thing. And then it goes into talking about how he needs to start collecting decoys and gathering decoys for his own protection.
Pretty
Garrett, as you're running along, you find a false panel along one of the bookshelves, and you press it, and a door swings up in the middle of the room behind the desk.
Woo!
Nice find. Hey guys. Oh, by the way, what are how long between the dates? Like, when did he start acting weird, and when's the last journal entry? Like, how long of a space we thinking here?
The last journal entry was a couple days ago, and the weirdness started right around the same time that the school was attacked. Like the day after the adventuring college was attacked is when the dates line up for around there for the weirdness starting.
Okay. So, this is a big old clue that, hey, this is probably what we're hunting. We're going in the right fucking direction. And then him finding the button is like, hey, there's where we need to probably go.
And if I remember correctly, you actually know what it is what we're looking for, right? Or at least know of the creature, but don't actually... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think any of you guys actually caught what you'd heard of the creature, but you didn't know any of the details of it.
I know that she knows that an intellect devourer exists.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know all the
them,
traits for them, but I know what
Yeah.
they are.
You'd heard of them, you have an idea of what they may look like, but that's about as far as it goes.
Okay.
Kind of like a friend of a count.
Gotcha.
But she's heard it from enough credible sources that it's like, alright, that is possible, and I will keep that on record.
But would I have enough knowledge to connect the dots by reading the journal saying, hey, it looks like this is what, my hunch was right, and this will give us details on how it affects its victim
The
and
journal would give
shit
you
like that.
the journal would strengthen the hunch, but it wouldn't confirm anything.
Okay. So I have a way stronger hunch, but it's not confirmed quite yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I almost have enough clues to solve this mystery, gang.
My God.
But yeah, back on track. So I opened the door after finding the
So you open
door.
the door and there is, or you open like the staircase opens or bookcase opens and there's a door there that seems to be leading. From what you can tell of like from everything that you can tell, it's probably leading out onto the roof.
All right.
West Arena.
Shall we go, everyone?
Just letting everyone know that if Argo gets the opportunity, he is shoving someone off the
Oh, full send. Fucking absolutely.
Such as a teammate.
roof.
I'll sing Free Falling while they're, on their way.
By
Garrett hit a little closer with the whole boss arena idea.
Mhm.
I didn't say that. Someone else did.
I said that, you jerk.
Oh. My bad.
Can't tell your girlfriend's voice from your friend's voice, Jesus.
Anyways,
You.
what are you guys gonna do?
Oh, won't you not forget?
Argo, I'm thinking
I Sally forth.
maybe, yeah. Thinking maybe you might want to take the lead again.
I Sally
If
forth.
you're okay with that.
Oh yeah. Oh, for
Argo, I choose you!
sure.
Argo, use fuck 'em up attack.
Argo, use stars!
So is this gonna be another convenience store entry or kick down the door entry?
Always convenience store. Just imagine Chibi One Punch Man.
All right.
Busting down that door like the fucking thing, rushing into the toilet.
You know.
And what is the formation you guys are gonna be going into this on?
I think
Same
maybe
as
the same one.
before.
Yeah, same we did before.
Okay.
Argo, me, and then Lena.
I'm peeking through the doorway with a fucking crossbow held up, saying, "Alright, let's go."
Lena carries the same energy I imagine the roof Koreans did.
The rooftop Koreans. I forgot about that meme.
I also wanted to kind of point out how she did almost nothing in that last fight. I don't think
It's
there
all
was
good.
one.
Oh,
so
I
fast or
realized
one
that like
bolt.
immediately, but like I'm like, that's
And it's
fun.
just, I'm gonna intimidate and like use the environment to just be a menace to these guys.
I'm gonna
It's still
swing
gonna
this.
have some effect,
I'm gonna
so.
swing this dude's arm around. Try to scare
Hey
them.
guys, reverse wave.
So you guys open the door, you walk through, and there's a couple of like stacks coming out of the roof. There's some walls that are about 15 feet high out. Like it looks like he went and had a little enclosure made out there for something. You're not entirely sure. It could have been any number of reasons.
I have a theory, but I don't actually
But
know in
it
character.
is also
But it's a game theory.
it is also old enough to have been here before the attack on the adventuring college, which would not line up with the events in the journal. If you guys were thinking that it was built up after that.
Interesting.
On a couple of like, you see a few bodies laying around, mostly with like the backs of their skulls missing, and the brain. From what you can see, the brains are also missing from most of the corpses.
Man, I wonder what blew their minds.
Are they human bodies, or are some of these
It's
perhaps
a
like
mix
a
of
mixed bag?
mix of races, but they all look to be prisoners.
Okay, including maybe what would have been Orgoth's friends?
Yeah.
Kind
Bad
of
news
expect-
for Orgoth.
Kind of expected they'd be
center-
dead, but still.
In the center is an older looking human dressed up in some decent armor and stuff, and he has a bit of a vacant look in his eyes.
What is the armor
Also,
made out of?
roll me an intelligence check.
Damn. Okay.
I think should be maybe.
Okay.
No, it should be wisdom. Sorry.
I had something blocking my dice tower. Can I roll again, or is this one okay? Or should I just stick with what came out?
Roll again
Up
if
to
you
you.
really want to.
Okay.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
rolling an at 20, right? For wisdom? Or is it intelligence?
Yeah, a
Okay.
20 for with a wisdom modifier.
You know, I paid for it by asking. I rolled worse. It's a 6.
Mine's worse. I got a 4 plus 1.
I rolled a
got
9 the first time,
16.
but I asked to roll again, so
There we go.
I will stick
Look
with
at you,
Guy
it.
in
little
front
bastard.
of you looks an awful lot like a disheveled version of some pictures of the headmaster you've seen in the office behind you.
Oh. Unstealthily, just out loud. There's the headmaster.
He
Hey,
turns and gets the and is like, "Oh, look, more food." Roll initiative.
I know what I'm gonna do.
19.
Guess what, Lena? You get to be lunch.
Don't steal my
Oh,
joke,
actually,
goddammit.
no, that's not 19. That is a 22.
8. I got 11. Yay, I didn't leave for once.
In true Argo fashion, 2.
I guess I can't roll to intimidate this asshole. Say, hey, that was my line, Peckerneck.
Nope.
Aw.
But we will be leading off with Garrett.
I'll use vicious mockery on him, and
Alright.
I will say,
Go ahead.
okay. I was gonna say, you need to carry a plant to make up for the oxygen you're wasting.
So, psychic damage. That's gonna be
Actually, didn't
Roll
even
damage?
know. Roll damage. Okay, that's a 1. Fuck. I didn't even think about whether these things had immunity or resistance to psychic damage. Being that they're brain things. But...
Yee.
So, after that will be his turn, and he is going to pull out a rapier and excuse me, a shield and come at Argo.
Shield using bitch. With a rapier specifically. Not calling Argo a bitch by any means. Like, his setup makes sense. But
Bye, go ahead.
Way to backpedal there.
it's true, though. A rapier with a shield doesn't really make a whole lot of
You've
sense.
done this.
So he comes up and
No dexterity in that.
Goes to take a stab at Argo, and Argo just kind of like sidesteps it as the point drifts past him. And then we go to Lena. What would you like to do?
I have no fucking idea.
Well, considering you just got some new spells, and you know that you might want to do something along those lines.
I know. I mean, like, in what order? In what way won't hurt? Who's already in combat? Shit like that. Shut up.
Well, you have a spell that lets you make a weapon that you can throw, and then just as a bonus action, have it reconstitute in your hand.
Yeah, that's fair. Just want to know if I wanted to magic missile the motherfucker. Okay.
You could magic
Magic
missile
missile
him
works
if you
too.
want. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire the whole magic missile. I was debating which one I want to do. Do I want to do a new thing or do I just want to magic missile the motherfucker? Okay, give a bitch a second. I'm also reading.
Oh damn.
Okay. Gotta pull the thing for that. Doot. 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 There you are.
So, Grungy, you can't do that triple action you did against that dude in the sewers again because you did that earlier, right?
Yeah, it requires a long rest.
Okay.
Still funny as shit every time you do that.
Yeah. Wait
Okay.
until I start to trigger multiple things at the same time.
So obviously, all of the magic missiles are going towards one dude.
Yep.
What?
What? Shut up. What I don't remember is do I have to roll for each freaking missile or just?
Only damage.
It's only damage.
Oh, that's right. Never
Magic missile will automatically hit unless it's countered by a couple of very specific spells.
Ah, shit.
Like counterspell.
Counterspell, or I think shield.
No,
will block.
it'll still hit with shield, but then you have like anti-magic field.
Oh wait, the first one was 2. Second
Right.
one was 1. Third one was 1. Fuck you, magic missile, you whore. Oh, +1 force damage to its target. Yeah, dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target. So yeah.
So it's +1 for each of them, and you'd use 3. So that'll be a total of 7 damage.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pew, pew, pew.
So you launch your magic missiles, and they all impact against his chest, and he just kind of like jerks with each impact a little bit, but he doesn't even like stumble from it. And then we go to Argo.
So for his action, Argo just starts to glow, and that'll be his action.
All right.
Man's turning into Iron Fist over here.
I mean,
he's not hovering or going into like the lotus position, so not quite Iron Fist, but.
Well, I'm watching the show right now as well, so like, like first time watching it, so like his hand actually does start glowing and shit when he's using his powers.
In the distance, you hear Cheaper Town Hall.
Yeah, then we go back up to Zam.
How far away am I from him?
You are about 20 feet.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my rapier because I realized I didn't have that ready, and I'm going to move up about 10 feet. And then that'll be my turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, wait, do I ever count the spell attack bonus on any of this shit? I just noticed that.
It depends. Magic Missile doesn't have a hit attack. You have had a few that have me roll, like the ones that are saving throw based. You don't roll your spell attack, but things like Vampiric Touch or Scorching
Gotcha.
Ray and stuff will.
Okay.
Anything that's like a ranged or touch attack, you
Yeah.
add it in. If it's a save, you just use your spell save DC.
Mm.
That's
I
why
ha-
Magic Missile is a godsend because it just auto hits.
Okay, because I was just like scrolling through and everything. It's like spellcasting ability, or spell save DC, and it's spell attack. But I was like, huh, when the fuck did those get there? I'd never noticed them before.
So I have a question about one of my spells. It says the casting time is 1 reaction, and it says whenever a creature that I can see within 60 feet of myself succeeds on an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. Do I have to use it on, like, when they're going after me? Or when it's my turn when they make their roll? Or can I use it when when he's, like, targeting someone else?
Within what the range was 60 feet
Yeah.
that you can see.
Yeah, so let's say he's swinging at Argo and he...
That is the requirements. Are they within 60 feet and
Yep.
can you see them?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
cast a
need to be
spell.
on you.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Because
Cool.
if it specifies, like if it's a personal spell, it'll just say self or
Gotcha.
target that you can touch. Like it'll say touch,
Yeah.
or if you have to touch the person.
I was just wondering because it's talking about the casting time being a reaction, so I wasn't sure when the reaction could occur, whether it had to be on, like, me being targeted
No,
by them or whatever.
The reaction is like you have a move action, an attack action, a bonus action, and a reaction.
Yeah.
Each turn. And so you're just using your reaction for that turn to cast that spell to help somebody else.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The only downside to that is you won't. So, since you only have 1 reaction until the start of like your next turn, if you use that spell, you wouldn't be able to, let's say, take an attack of opportunity against someone.
Yeah.
Because that's a reaction. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Not that that would be very useful right now, but
Yeah.
you know, the 1v3 fight, yeah.
Does a 17 hit Argo?
It does not. For I am mighty.
You are mighty, and that was a mid roll.
Damn.
This is the boss fight. It's going to be. I'm making it tough. So.
Yeah.
After that, it's Lena.
Magic missile. Wait, I have a question too.
What's that?
Slots told means I can cast it that many times, right?
Pardon? Slots? Yes.
Okay, magic missile
That's
again
how it-
then.
All right.
3.
Is
Fuck
that
you,
with the +1?
1.
Is
No.
that your roll? All right.
That was 3. So it'd be a 4, 2 so far, and then this last one is 2 plus 1, so 3. So, yeah.
6 and +3 is 9. All right, you blast him with a bunch of magic missiles again, and this time he actually takes a step back with the impacts, or with the last impact of the magic missiles on his chest. And then we go to Argo.
I'll blow a hole in his chest eventually, goddammit.
Violence! Alright, I'm going to use Channel Divinity. 18, Kirby.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. 20. I didn't add my
Okay.
attack.
Against his AC, that will hit.
Good. Let's go. I'm gonna do
Calm down,
10
Iron Fist.
slashing and 3 radiant damage.
And slashing and 3 radiant.
Me for a total of 13.
So as you slash into this guy, you see a change flicker in his eyes for a moment, and he's starting to look pretty beat up. Not quite, like he's not dying quite yet, but you can tell that he's been in a fight now.
He's starting to show where.
Zam.
Yep. I will get in close and slash at him with my rapier.
Alright.
Does a 21 hit?
21 will hit.
He's going to take 8.
All right. Again, you also see a flicker behind his eyes almost. Like there's almost like there might be someone else trying to get another personality trying to get something out, but you're not quite sure.
Don't care, let's murder it.
There's a change in his eyes that you see, but it only lasts for like a split second.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
And then he is going to take a swing at you since you made yourself a target. Dude, okay.
I'm going to assume that missed, didn't it?
No. I have hot dice today, apparently.
Uh-oh.
He stabs through your abdomen, dealing 13 damage.
Fuck.
You're lucky the one damage. Like, he crit, and there's the damage roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am now also glad that I gave you that cure light wounds back.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Gut check.
Lena, what are you gonna do? As you see him
Viciously
stab into
impale me.
your Tabaxi friend, and now with like one single strike from this guy, he brought your Tabaxi friend into a similar condition as he's currently in.
Skill lawsuit magic missile.
Okay.
Alright.
Do the
One,
rolls.
so 1, 1, 4. So
6.
6 plus the 3 is 9 again.
Alright, this time he actually stumbles back a bit as the missiles impact against his chest. And now we go to Argo.
Violence. Kirby, just a 17 hit.
Oh, that is a good question. A 17 does not hit.
Damn.
I tried.
Let's see, I got one more magic missile and then I get to spell slot 2.
And now we go to Zam.
Disengage, cure wounds at 2nd level. That's an 8. Followed by a 5. And then
So 15 plus 3, so 16.
Which should automatically just bring me back up to full, I think.
Back to full.
Yeah.
Yep, because he only took the 13.
Dope.
Awesome.
Woo!
And then it goes to his turn, and he's getting quite fucked up. So he is just going to. He's pulling something that.
Oops.
He has a slight cough, gives a slight cough as some blood comes out of his mouth, and then he's just yells, "Stand and deliver!" And he is going to take swings at Grungy. And okay. I'm going to assume that a 23 will hit Argo.
It will.
So this guy is. You just see him go like crazed. And he just starts swinging his rapier wildly, and he takes like 4 swings at Grungy, and then one of them just catches Grungy, or Argo, and deals 12 damage as he just like catches you across the collarbone, right in like a little pocket of your open armor.
Yeah.
And then we go to Lena.
She doth be muted. I'm sure she's taking care of something right now.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 2 guesses on what I'm doing.
Magic missile?
Yeah, I muted because I was coughing. Sorry.
Is it a magic missile?
Yes.
Okay.
2, 2, 2. Plus 1 on each of those, so 9 again. 9.
Alright, so he stumbles, he takes like a bit of a stumble as each missile impacts him this time, and as the last missile impacts him, you hear like some bones cracking as the back of his head explodes, and a little brain comes flying out in one piece, and then it sprouts 4 legs and lands on the ground behind him, and then turns around, looking like it's ready to fight.
Found it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Lunch.
Come here, you little fucker.
Come here, little bastard. I'm gonna eat you and develop your I'm gonna eat you and absorb your knowledge. You think I'm joking, but it says knowledge, all right? Anything for the pursuit of or he's instructed by the promise of information and will do anything for the power of knowledge.
We
So-
gotta turn it in its disease.
Does Kuro exist in this plane?
So what are your intelligence modifiers, people?
Plus 0.
Or your intelligence scores, sorry. Intelligence
Oh.
scores.
10.
10.
10?
I'm the smart. Argo can't be the smartest one here. 12.
Argo is
Argo
apparently
is
the smartest one here.
one.
What's your wisdom at, though?
14.
I'm wiser than you. I am 16.
Yeah, here I thought that the Devour was going to go after Argo, but no, it's going to go after the closer tied person and
That'd be me,
go
probably.
after... Yeah,
Going after the fucking cat.
roll me an intelligence saving throw, Garrett.
Okay. That's just regular D20.
Yeah, D20 plus your intelligence modifier and proficiency if you have that saving throw.
Where is my saving throw proficiencies? I don't even know.
It'll be right beside, like right at the top of your stats, above your skills.
Okay.
You have saving throws and then strength, just your stats. And
Okay, so it says I have a +1, but I'm not proficient in it. So it's a total of 7.
you got a 7 for your
Well,
save?
Yeah. Does Jack of all trades count for that? No, it's not. That's just for skills. Yeah, I got a 7 for my save.
You take 10 psychic damage and will temporarily lose 6 intelligence.
So does that bring my score down to 4 temporarily?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to make a note of that in my phone instead of changing that on the sheet.
Yeah, that works because it will effectively reset after you guys go see Erebus to report in on this.
Alright, and can we pause for a second? I've used the bathroom.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been holding it
my
for a
bad.
while.
Yeah. Yep, go ahead. You go to the bathroom and we'll just continue with the combat until we come back to your turn.
Okay.
Because it is now Argo's turn.
Okay, first things first. Second wind. I gain 1 health back. Yes. A mighty second
shit.
win.
Yeah, he didn't get... I should have used his second win, but I didn't. Oh well.
We've been saved. And then Argo's gonna move in and violence.
You're gonna step on it.
He's gonna try.
You're gonna step on it with
19,
his
good
sword.
sir?
19 to hit it.
Yeah.
That is a hit.
Come here, you little bastard. For 7 physical and 3 radiant.
So it lets out the screech as you hit it. It doesn't look to be too beat up, but something about your attack it did not like.
Yeah. Yeah. Be purged, motherfucker. Come here.
And now we are back to Zam.
I'll take a slash at it.
You move up and take a slash at it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's see. Total 16. Does that hit?
16 will hit, yes.
All right. He is taking 4 damage.
Alright. You start to see like some blood pooling in the deep ridges of its brain. But overall it is still
Still
condition.
raring to go and ready to fight.
And then it would be Lena's turn.
We already know what she's going to do. She's got the spell slot.
Honestly,
Well,
the magic missile.
We don't
has
even
been
need to
MVP
pretend.
for this fight so bad.
Huh?
The magic missile has been the MVP for this fight so bad.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
been it's been working pretty
But
well.
I think she's used all her magic missiles now, hasn't she?
I think she has 1 slot left.
Is she able to cast that second level as well, or does she not
Yes,
have
she
any?
can.
Yeah.
And then it would add 1 or 2. I'm not sure.
1. Every
1?
slot above the first adds another.
Adds
missile.
another. Yeah, adds
So-
another missile.
So she's not done with her magic missiles yet, then, unless
Nope,
she
she
used her
could-
second spell slots already.
No, she has not. She hasn't used any spell slots yet this session. So she wanted to save them in that first fight, and then she didn't really fight in the second fight.
Yeah.
And then
She was there.
no, she was there, but she
Yeah.
had an impact. She just didn't
Yeah.
attack anything.
Yeah.
She made a guy shit his pants and then
She
run
just
away.
pants and run away.
Made another guy almost gag, which probably distracted
That-
enough for me to be able to stab him dead.
That. Oh yeah, and because of that, he rolled with disadvantage on his next roll. So
It might not
It's
be a
been-
traditional way of playing D&D, but it's certainly working out.
So I had 3 turns with this active. So I have 7 more turns. My goodness.
I was debating on my last turn about whether or not I wanted to heal or stab. And I'm like, there's a chance I could take whatever hit he has coming for me next. So we'll see.
You know?
there's a chance,
There's a chance.
but there's also things that this thing can do that, are less
Maybe
than-
lower that chance a little bit.
I mean, for example, how many things have you come across that lower your intelligence?
Nothing. So it's called an intelligence devourer. Does it get more? Oh, what the? I've been
What?
fucking up. I think.
Oh.
Or nope. Yes, I have. I've been looking at my wisdom, not my intelligence. Because I'm used to things when they're labeled being on top of the thing, not underneath it. My intelligence is 13, not 10.
Oh, and you rolled an 11 last turn, right?
Uh,
For your save?
I think so.
Because the 13 would
Yeah.
have given you a mod, which would have
Yeah,
actually
which
given you
would
enough to have
12, and then the
beat
intelligence
DC.
saving throw putting +1 would have been 13.
So you wouldn't have taken that intelligence damage or the psychic. Or you would have taken the psychic damage, but not the intelligence damage,
Yeah.
or half the psychic. So you
So
would have taken 5 psychic instead of 10.
I just misread the character sheet is what happened.
Yeah. So you took 5 psychic damage instead of 10.
Okay.
And you maintain your intelligence.
Okay. So instead of 21, I'm at 16? Yeah.
Yeah. You got 21.
Okay. Cool. I feel fucking... Maybe it did eat my intelligence, but, in real life.
No, because... Yeah, that's a possibility, but then again, is this out of the normal for you there, Garrett? Really?
Well, again, like when I'm used to seeing things labeled, like I'm used to seeing them labeled on top. So like where it said like dexterity says 16, right? But it's got strength right above that box, and I'm like, oh, that. And like I knew that I didn't have that high strength, so I don't know why I didn't come to that conclusion with my intelligence either. But this means that Argo, you are in fact not the most intelligent party member. Because you made that comment earlier.
My God.
I apparently just don't act like it. and my
right,
wisdom
what
is
I miss?
10. I fucked up is what you missed. I fucked up.
Garrett can't read his character sheet, and it is your turn.
All that will be left in the video. All that explanation, because people need to understand what happened.
Okay. Well, I cast Shadow Blade.
All right.
We expected Magic Missile.
I already casted it 4 times.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Just because it's a level 1 spell doesn't mean you can only cast it at level 1. Almost every spell in the game can be cast at higher levels for an increase.
I know.
So if you cast Magic Missile at level 2, you get an additional missile.
Mm.
So you'd be throwing 4 missiles instead of the 3.
That is
but
fair.
that is your choice.
That is fair. Actually, let me look at something.
She's weighing her options.
Yeah, I'm double checking the.
It's 2d6 for the Shadow Blade that will stick around for a while, and
which is
I would
necessary.
definitely use your last spell slot on that if the fight takes that long.
If
it is an option to do it now and then just like walk forward and throw it at it, kind of idea. That is an
Shadow
option.
Blade. The Shadow Blade is 2d8.
2d8. Oh, yeah. So that is an option for you.
Do whatever feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure you are informed.
Yep.
This is your character. You play your character the way you see fit.
Honestly, I just want to Shadow Blade it because it's funny to do psychic damage against the brain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to cast Shadow Blade?
Yep.
I have to fucking...
It's a bonus action.
Okay. To cast in... Bonus action to
cast? Yeah, bonus action to cast. I'm very familiar with this spell.
So she wouldn't be able to throw it and retrieve it in the same turn.
Correct, but she could run up and hit it.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay. Yep. Is that what you want to do?
because
Cast it, run up and smack it?
See, now I'm debating because I don't want to be that fucking close to it with this low HP. I only have 20 hit points. A fucking 12 or a 13 will be fucking devastating.
It does. The 12 and 13 damages were from the fighter that it was inhabiting.
That's also true. It has pretty low strength as a brain, probably.
Yes.
But I also don't want it to intellect devour me because that'll fuck me as a sword.
It's temporary damage, and no, it won't because your spell
You get
casting is based off your charisma.
Mm.
You could be a dumb, good-looking fucking sorcerer if you wanted. That is entirely possible and playable.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you drop the weapon or throw it, it dissipates at the end of the turn. Therefore, while the spell finishes, you could use it as a bonus action to cause the sword to reappear in your hand.
Yeah, but you don't have. You can only use one bonus action a turn, so you'd have to bonus action to cast it and then run up and smack it if that's what you wanted to do. If you actually wanted to attack this turn.
So I can't summon it and then throw it, sort of thing.
No. Well, you could, but then it would disappear and you'd lose it for the spell. You'd only have it for one round because it dissipates at the end of the turn. If you drop or throw it, it dissipates at the end of the turn.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
what would happen with how it works is you would constantly be using a bonus action after that because even though it dissipates, as long as you keep your concentration up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you'd have 10 rounds where you could use a bonus action to recall it after you throw it.
Yeah, the reasoning for that is so that if you throw it on the turn that you use it, you wouldn't have it in your hand for like a disengage attack of opera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna chuck it.
All right. Cast it, chuck it.
Yep.
All right.
Kobe.
So
it's two.
you will need to roll a ranged attack.
All right, so gotta roll, see if it hits. There's this dice.
Yep, D20 plus dexterity and proficiency.
19 plus.
That'll hit.
Because I don't think I have any. Wait, plus.
Should be like plus 5. If you rolled a 19, it should be like plus 5 because it's you have plus 3 to dexterity plus your proficiency.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be 24.
24 to hit, which hits.
And then I roll the 2d8 for damage. Yeah.
Yes.
Up yours, you little brain bastard.
And would that
The
get
first
the
one
dexterity
is
bonus?
I don't know.
It does get weapon bonuses because it is a weapon and it has weapon qualities.
Finesse, light, and thrown. I'm just not sure if it would get the dexterity bonus for the thrown attack. Because it
How
would use
about it,
dexterity
boss?
from being finessable. I'll let it apply like that, yeah. So you're 2d8. What do you get?
A 2 and a 2 because it hates me. I got a double 2.
So you got 4 plus your dexterity modifier.
Dexterity modifier is plus 3.
So you got a total of 7.
There's worse numbers to hit with.
Yeah, bad jellyfish dice. What the fuck?
Well, here's the thing: is you throw your shadow blade, and it like hits right in the middle of the two lobes, and your attack seems to have more of an effect than anything else that has happened to it since it exploded from Buddy's head.
Hey,
It can be hurt. Yay.
And then it's its turn. And it is going to all right. It is going to take another swing using its claws at Zam.
Okay.
Would a 15 hit?
15 meets, so yes, it does.
You take 6 damage as it slashes at you with the claws on its front feet. And then I need you to make another intelligence roll. Or intelligence save.
Roll to 10. The modifier is +1, and then saving throw is also +1. So it's 12.
No. You don't add your ability modifier with the save.
Okay,
throw.
so it's just a saving throw and then the roll. Okay, so a total of 11.
Yeah.
11.
Which is not enough.
Okay.
Wah.
And you will take this time you take the 12 psychic damage and a 10 damage to your intelligence.
Okay, so you said 12 psychic damage in addition to what I had already lost already?
Yes.
So I'm down.
Oof.
He's not just dead or brain dead, he's just dead.
He's unconscious right now.
Yeah.
He's not dead, but he's unconscious.
Fine, he's
Yeah,
a
'cause-
vegetable.
Because I had 10 left after he hit me with the claws.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm down.
And all right. We have a down tabaxi. And it leads into Argo's turn.
I'm gonna swing on him. A Kirby.
Yes.
This is a 19 hit.
And 19 will hit.
7 physical and another 3 radiance again.
All right. As you hammer into the same spot that the shadow blade, you start swinging for the shadow blade to just hammer it in deeper, and it dissipates just before you strike, and you hit the exact same spot, and you just watch all 4 legs splay out underneath this thing as it twitches a couple times and stops moving.
Okay. I'm going to go over to Zam. Zam! I'm assuming we're out of combat now, right?
Yeah, it is defeated now, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Zam.
I take it for good measure.
I didn't hear what you said.
Zam gains 7 health.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for saving me.
Yeah, I didn't mean to down you, but
It happens.
happened.
It happens.
I want the brain as a souvenir.
We gotta turn it in.
Yeah, we need the body.
Yeah, so you guys do need to take the brain and bring it back to Lady Erebeth because you guys are sent to find the brain.
Uh-huh. And after we show it to her, maybe she'll let me keep it.
No.
I'm going to find Lunch Guy.
They need it.
No, because you guys do know that it is one of the creatures that was supposed to be used to make a cure for the plague that is currently affecting Neverwinter.
Okay.
I want to keep
it. They're not
it.
going to let you keep the brain. They need the brain.
Fine, I'll go find Lunch Guy and steal his.
My God.
I need it for reasons. Actually, that affected body. Go get it from that severed head if I really want. No, I'm kidding.
So on your way back, you tell the guards at the entrance, I'm assuming Argo's basically just gonna be carrying the dead intellect devourer?
Yeah, by one of the legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of like holding it out, holding it out front with by one of the legs, or
Yeah.
all right.
Guards, orc, friend, leave him alone.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he came with us.
Yeah. Orgoth is being protected.
Leave him alone. He friend.
Pillar man.
Orgoth is pretty sketchy after you see when you guys come up on the guards, but the guards have seen what you guys have been doing and will let him through on your words.
Yeah.
I would also like
Hire
to.
him. He has a great guard. Highest recommendations. Hire his ass.
I was
He is the brute squad.
No.
Name his ass Fezzik. Let's go.
No. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him the belt treatment, right?
Damn it! I just had that thought as you started going. No. I'm like, Gringy's gonna make himself a fucking adventure party of NPCs and
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna turn him into an adventurer. He's a good lad. Also collecting the child that we left here
yeah, because we got to bring him back
from
to
way
his
back
sister.
when.
yeah.
And then we're gonna send their asses off on an adventure.
It'll be great. I have a plan for
It'll
Urga
be fine.
and the little children's. But first, we got to turn this brain in.
Yes.
Okay.
So you
But
guys go marching.
hang
back
on,
up
wait.
Oh.
I'm
What's
gonna take this moment to dump off the book and all the keys for the prison that I've been holding on to these guards, being like, I don't need these. These are yours.
Good call.
Yep.
Good call.
That makes sense.
Did anybody in here see anybody having to be saying lunch hysterically?
Okay.
So
He's a friend of mine. I'm looking for him. Sorry. Side quest.
no, the only closest thing to that was we heard someone come running out of the fucking prison saying that they're gonna eat me. They're gonna eat me. And yeah, we knocked him out and fucking tied him up. We'll figure out what to do with him.
Where's he at?
We'll figure out what to do with him.
You know, fun. He's gonna go on a little adventure.
So you guys bring the little boy back to his sister. There's a nice heartfelt reunion there as they're reunited. The sister thanks you greatly. They didn't have anything to really give you as a reward, but
Yay, children's gratitude.
Yeah.
By the way, you might die of the plague. Your brother's a complete fucking dumbass.
Also,
Just a fair warning.
That's nothing new.
With
Well, at
intellect
least you know.
power in hand, Argo's gonna start yelling for one of the temple attendees that are there.
Kobe.
You see a priest poke his head out, see you guys, and the thing in your hand, and he's like, goes a little green, and is like 1 second, runs back in, fetches Lady Erebeth, and she comes out to take the intellect devourer from you. As she does, she's like, the city of Neverwinter would like to thank you very much for the work that you've put in so far. We will be taking this from you and going and be making sure it is properly preserved for the cure to the plague. Currently, I don't have any more information on where any more may be. We will probably need a day or two in order to fish out the truth from some of the rumors that have been going around. So if you guys can come back and meet me, go take a rest and meet me tomorrow midday, and hopefully I will have some more information for you then.
Lady Arabeth, I hate to be that adventurer. What about our reward?
Oh, right. That is inside.
I don't care about being that adventurer. Bitch, pay me.
That is inside. Come in and we will fetch. Come in with me and I will fetch that for you.
Wonderful, Orgoth, come
Woo!
with us.
Wonderbar.
She leads you back into the temple. She goes.
And as we go, Argo's yelling at the kids to stay in the temple for now. He'll be back shortly.
All right.
Don't
Okay.
give them the plague too, you idiots.
And she walks into the back with the intellect devourer and comes back out with 3 little bags that clink as she walks and hands one of them to each of you. You each get 300 gold.
Yay,
Oh.
money.
Oh,
Money, money, money.
so much money.
I got 322 gold pieces right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, as things go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that might have been a little much, but it's one of those things where I'm trying to
I'm not
adjust
complaining.
from a game.
I'm not complaining. It's
Uh,
good.
I know you're not.
So I do have a question. Are we wrapping it up here?
Yes.
Okay.
Gonna wrap it up here.
So chessboard next time.
You guys, yeah, you guys can go run and do the chessboard next time.
Cool. Because I want to know what the fuck's over there.
I have not been documenting my money at all, apparently. Jesus fuck.
We also have.
You also
a
haven't
day
really
or two
spent
of
anything
downtime.
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be sure to harass Kirby with what Argo's doing.
Yes, you guys will
Wait,
have.
we got 300 for that, so I'm just gonna put 300 to
Alright.
go for whatever. Call it good.
And yes, you guys have roughly a day's downtime.
Okay.
You don't
So
need
is
that-
that counts as
That
a
the
long
long
rest then, right? So our stuff's gonna
Yeah.
go back up.
There will be a long rest before the next session.
Okay.
And so everything will be back, and
I won't
you will
be
have,
almost dead.
No, and you will have a day's worth of downtime to do whatever you want with. So if you guys want to go buy anything, send me a message with what you guys want to buy, and that's the thing. And I will tell you whether you can, or what you would like to buy, and I will tell you whether you can find it and what it will run you.
Yeah, sounds good. It was Old Man Jenkins all along.
It's always Old Man Jenkins.
Old Man Jenkins got beef with everybody.
That man's a fucking menace like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a menace. And so are those meddling kids.
And that frickin'
You say that as Jasper comes to me bringing a toy.
oh, he doesn't mean it, Jasmine. I love you.
Mommy's being mean. She's saying you're a meddling dog, and that she could have gone away with it without you.
How
do you
dare
feel about
you?
Michael, we all know he didn't hear fuck all. You did not need to repeat that.
Actually, he probably did.
Why would she ever say such a heinous thing?
I know. It's almost like Mommy's a cat person, not a dog person.
Oh my god.
You know what? I won't argue with that. As my cat lays in the windowsill sunbathing.
Me, myself, I'm a golden stub-nosed monkey kind of person.
If I could have a red panda, I'd have one of those fuckers, okay?
Those things are adorable.
Hold on, I gotta put a gif real quick.
None of this is staying in the video, by the way.
Why not?
You're no fun.